So you just got a bearded dragon and it seems like he's getting along with everyone in his family, but when it comes to food, he can be a diva and not want to eat certain foods. We call these bearded dragons picky eaters. Now, there could be different reasons why your bearded dragon may not want to eat certain foods, and I've covered this topic on this channel many times already, but at the end of the day, I don't blame your bearded dragon for not wanting to eat certain healthy foods like a salad. You see, when I first started dieting down and exercising and all of that good stuff and eating healthy, I didn't want to do it either. You know, I went from eating French fries to now eating a banana. You know how awkward it is to eat a banana, especially when you make eye contact?
Hey yo, what the?
Please don't put that in slow motion. But it's true. You know, eating healthy is not easy, and sometimes when it comes to bearded dragons, they go from eating something that's so delicious like superworms, hornworms, crickets, to now having to eat salads. Like, who wants to do that? But the one thing that I came to the understanding of, even just in my personal life, is that balance is important, and having a well-balanced diet is so much important. You know, eating those French fries is not a bad thing. Eating a banana, even though it looks awkward, it's not a bad thing. So the same thing goes for your bearded dragon. Eating crickets is not bad, but eating salad might be better. But you know, having a balanced diet is not bad either. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a proper diet for bearded dragons for 2022, so your bearded dragon could get that summer body look that, you know, every beardy wants. Can you imagine like bearded dragons just walking around and with like six packs and everything? But if you really want your bearded dragon, you know, to maybe lose a little bit of weight or just get healthier and live a long life, then this is the video you want to watch, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys what diets I give my bearded dragon. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. Let's go. Now, bearded dragons in the wild, in Australia, and in captivity in your house have a unique diet. Unlike other creatures out there, bearded dragons eat bugs. I know, right? Like, the first time I heard of this, I was shocked too, but like, what else did you expect? Like burgers and french fries for a bearded dragon? Even though that would be pretty cool, not gonna lie, like you just chilling with your bearded dragon eating McDonald's. But bearded dragons, believe it or not, they eat bugs and they love it. But bearded dragons are omnivores, which means that bearded dragons can eat a good variety of insects, flower, fruits, veggies, and occasional other protein sources like reptiles and even their babies. What? Yeah, bearded dragons sometimes in the wild, they would actually go and eat their own babies. I know, it's kind of crazy.
There. In. Just break them up. This paste is like a staple ingredient in Thailand.
But it happens, okay? We're talking about in the wild. Now, in captivity, usually you will see a more traditional kind of diet for bearded dragons, and there's products out there that people have made specifically for bearded dragons, but it's important to still mimic some of the diets that you will see them eat in the wild. And even though I highly recommend, you know, stand behind never feeding a bearded dragon another bearded dragon or any other lizard. Just, you know, why? What's the point, right? But it's very important to still mimic some of the patterns that you see them eat. So feeding them insects, feeding them some sort of vegetable that they would eat more in the wild, you could still provide them. Bearded dragons, they love eating flowers. So if you could find some clean sources to give them some flowers, they will go crazy for it. Now, doing so, your bearded dragon will benefit from this a lot. And to be honest, if you just go and overfeed your bearded dragon, they will get chunky. Let's face it, bearded dragons can sometimes be a little lazy. Even though I love them and they're just chill and docile, they don't really move much in their enclosure. They're just chilling, they're just basking. So if they overeat, they will get chunky and they can potentially get a shorter life because of it. So a well-balanced diet of insects, fruits, and vegetable is needed. Usually a perfect balance to follow for an adult bearded dragon is typically 80% vegetables and 20% bugs. Now, for a juvenile bearded dragon, it will be completely different as well. Same goes for a hatchling bearded dragon. So I'm talking mostly for adult bearded dragons, but if you want me to make a video for hatchlings or a baby bearded dragon and a juvenile bearded dragon, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and put in the comment section down below a bearded dragon emoji. I don't even think they have a bearded dragon. Put a banana emoji. If you put a banana emoji in the comment section down below, I'm be like, okay, they want to see other videos regarding this topic. So hopefully I see a bunch of banana emojis in the comment section down below. Now, you might be wondering, what does a schedule for a bearded dragon's diet look like? Now, it's pretty simple, especially once you get a good routine to follow. So the very first step that you need to take is meal planning. Now, like I mentioned, there is a huge variety of different veggies and different bugs a bearded dragon can eat. I'll put in the description down below a website in which I use when it comes to finding what is good for a bearded dragon to eat and what is not. But for an adult bearded dragon, the schedule usually looks like this. Monday and Tuesday is mainly vegetables. Wednesday, I'll throw in a couple insects, but still offer some veggies. Thursday, Friday, vegetables. Saturday, a nice amount of bugs. And Sunday, no food. Now, you might be wondering, well, hold on. Are you starving your bearded dragons? Like, is that what you're doing right now? No, okay, I would never starve a bearded dragon. If I notice my bearded dragon still needs a little bit of food, then I will introduce more food, especially on that day. Now, I mainly focus on the salad. I make sure the salad has a lot of nutrients, a lot of good source of, vitamins, as well as a good volume. Now, if your bearded dragon is picky, especially when it comes to eating salad, this diet would probably not work. So for me, I like to focus mainly on the salad, as well as when I throw in those crickets, I make sure that they eat a good amount of them. And Sunday usually is a day where they could digest their food a lot more and properly. Now, I've done this for all of my bearded dragons and all of them are healthy and are doing great. So it's something that I do for them, but each bearded dragon is different. I do know that Wilbert, he's super picky when it comes to eating the salad, so I do throw in more crickets than I should, but I try to make sure that they don't get too chunky, because at the end of the day, I don't want them to have a short life. I want them to live a long life. And when they get a little bit overweight, sometimes they get more complications than they should. Now that we have a good schedule for a bearded dragon diet plan, now comes what vegetables you can give your bearded dragons. Now, there is a huge selection of different stuff that you can give your bearded dragons, but it always is a little bit confusing because you're like, could I give this to my bearded dragon? Could I not? And I find it just easy to just Google it if you don't know. But something that I like to follow and something that I made up is the sun rule. Safe, occasional, and never. You see that? Safe, occasional, and never. You would never forget that. Okay, the sun rule. As long as you follow the sun rule and you put each vegetable in that category, then you will successfully be able to kind of remember what is safe and what is not safe for your bearded dragons. For example, I like to give my bearded dragons collard greens, dandelions, and even, occasionally some blueberries. So for me, I always remember something that is staple is collard greens and dandelions. Something that is occasional is something like blueberries. And something that I would never give my bearded dragons is mushroom. Okay, so there's different categories that you could basically put your vegetables in, and I'll put in the description down below, as well as another website that you could follow as well, with the different types of vegetables and how often you can give them it. So hopefully you guys are getting informed, because if you follow the sun rule, your bearded dragon will be successful. Now, when it comes to the different protein sources that you could give your bearded dragon, the sky's basically the limit. Any pet shop would carry crickets as well as superworms, so those are usually a good, go-to for bearded dragons, especially for protein source. But I find the best one to give your bearded dragons is dubia roaches. Not that I know of, okay? Not that I've ever tried it, because here in Canada it's illegal to have dubia roaches and give them to your bearded dragons. Not that I know of this. If I go to jail because of roaches, that'll be crazy. Not that I have any, okay?
On us. My back is against the wall. This is not a test. It's the real deal. Help me. Help me.
Okay, but no, based off my research, I found that dubia roaches are the best things out there. My online research, I find that dubia roaches I'm trying to keep a straight face. Oh my god. Okay, no, but seriously, I may or may or not I mean, I'm not even gonna say anything. No, but seriously, here in Canada they sell these pre-packaged, dried dubia roaches, in which my bearded dragons love to eat. So I know my bearded dragons will love living dubia roaches. To the rest of the world that could get your hands on dubia roaches is kind of ridiculous. Canada's the only place in the world that I think it's illegal to have dubia roaches. But anywhere in the world in which you could get your hands on dubia roaches, your bearded dragons will love them and they will be super healthy for them. So definitely try out dubia roaches if you haven't already. I know I haven't. So now that we got most of all of the bearded dragons' diet pretty much taken care of when it comes to their vegetables, their protein source, now comes the fun part: supplements. Now, when it comes to bearded dragons, they go through some intense workouts. From all of that head bobbing, all of that running around, all of that cuteness, they need some supplement that provides some muscle strength. And no, I'm not talking about steroids, okay? Even though your boy be looking a little bit Slim Jim lately. Okay, I don't know what that. Okay, no, okay, don't take steroids, kids. And no, your bearded dragons don't need steroids either. But the supplements that I'm talking about is that good stuff, Is that good stuff? You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, I just had like a complete brain fart. That's why I was asking you guys if you knew what I was talking about. Oh my goodness. Now, the other day, I was making my bearded dragon a salad, and I noticed that my bearded dragons weren't getting enough vitamins. So I spiced it up and provided a little bit of that white powder and sprinkled it right on top of my bearded dragon salad. Hey yo! Whoa, hold on. This is a family show. What do you mean by that? But I swear to you guys that it's just calcium, okay? It's just calcium and vitamins that I put on my bearded dragons. I don't know why I had to make such a scene like that. But basically, what I was trying to say is that your bearded dragons need calcium, vitamins, and vitamin D3. Now, usually vitamin D3 is linked up with one of those other two. So sometimes you'll find calcium with calcium D3, or sometimes you'll find vitamins with vitamin D3. Now, it's important that you give your bearded dragons, these products, and you give them these supplements, because each of them play a very important role in your bearded dragon's overall health. Now, like I mentioned, each of these supplements provide your bearded dragon with some overall good health. Calcium being a great source for bearded dragons, especially ones that are growing, that they could get a healthy bone structure. At the end of the day, you don't want your bearded dragon to develop metabolic bone disease, which is usually caused by a deficiency in calcium and other sources of nutrients. So you really want to provide your bearded dragon with calcium as well as vitamins and vitamin D3. Now, vitamins, the multivitamin that I give my bearded dragon is usually made by Zoo Med or sometimes Exoterra. And these vitamins provide your bearded dragons with just a good range of nutrients that sometimes the salad may not have. And also, vitamin D3 is usually given in the wild from the sunlight. So if your bearded dragon is in captivity and you don't take them out much, which, you know, especially if you live in the winter seasons, you can't really take your bearded dragon out to get sunlight. So you really want to focus on giving them vitamin D3. That way it gives them a good health and it gives them a good life. Well guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that this video has helped anyone out there who is wondering about bearded dragons diets. Now, I will be posting more videos in the future about bearded dragons as well as reptiles, so be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. It helps the algorithm, it helps this channel grow, and you know, we're able to just enjoy life a little bit better, so be sure to give it a thumbs up. Now, if you would like to see more videos not related to reptiles, but a little bit about fitness, you know, and a little bit of self-help, then head over to Lord Fitness. There I post videos about workouts as well as how I lost 100 pounds. Yeah, I know, you guys, some of you might be wondering, like, Lord the Lion, you kind of looking little slim there, buddy. How'd you do it? Head over to Lord Fitness and I basically post videos there about fitness related content. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. But for now, that is it for today's video. I'm Lord the Lion. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit.